Hello, my friend. It's Miss Gay here, and I welcome you to my podcast. If you're new here today, I welcome you with a big, warm virtual hug. And if you've already listened to me before, I am so delighted that you're back. Okay, let me start off by asking you something simple. Have you ever said, I just feel it in my gut? Maybe before making a big decision, or maybe when you met someone for the first time and something just felt off. We all say it and we all feel it. And you know what? It's not just a metaphor, it's biology, it's science. Your gut is literally your second brain, not in a poetic sense, but in real, physical, scientific sense. It has its own nervous system with more than 500 million neurons. That's more neurons than in your spinal cord. Your gut has an entire intelligence of its own. And this intelligence is not just quietly working in the background, it's directly talking to your brain 24/7. So today, I want to take you down this rabbit hole with me. I've been diving deep into research on this, and honestly, some of the things that I've found are mind blowing. Things that make you rethink the way you look at food, stress, memory, mood, even creativity. So here's why scientists literally call the gut the second brain. Inside your digestive tract, you've got this thing called the enteric nervous system. It's basically a nervous system within your gut. It can control digestion and reflexes all by itself without needing your actual brain to tell it what to do. But it doesn't like working in isolation. It's constantly on a phone call with your brain through the vagus nerve. Think of vagus nerve as this giant highway of information running between your gut and your brain. Signals are constantly being exchanged. I'm full. I'm stressed. I need energy. I'm calm. And those signals don't just shape digestion, they shape your emotions, your focus, your memory, and even the decisions you make. Here's a wild fact: about 90% of your serotonin, the chemical we usually call the happiness hormone, isn't made in your brain. It's made in your gut. That's insane when you think about it. We give people antidepressants to increase serotonin in the brain. But what if the real powerhouse is actually the gut? And it's not just serotonin. Your gut bacteria also influence dopamine, which drives motivation and reward, and GABA, which keeps you calm and balanced. So, in a way, your gut is like this underground chemical lab that's constantly producing the very molecules your brain needs to keep you sane, focused, and happy. Let me give you one of my favorite studies. Researchers at UCLA took a group of women and had them eat yogurt with probiotics every day for 4 weeks. They then scanned their brains. The results? The women who ate the probiotics showed reduced activity in areas of the brain linked to emotion and stress. Meaning, just by changing the bacteria in their gut, their brain literally started processing emotions differently. Here's another piece of research that completely blew my mind. A massive study in Nature Microbiology found that people with depression constantly had lower levels of certain gut bacteria. It wasn't just coincidence. When scientists look at their microbiomes, they could almost predict who was depressed and who wasn't based on the bacteria balance. I mean, isn't that just insane? Because scientists could literally predict the kind of mental illness people have just on the basis of the labels of gut bacteria people have, which clearly shows the direct connection of gut and brain. Now, here's where it gets more interesting. Did you know your gut actually affects your memory? There's a study from University College Cork in Ireland where they changed the gut bacteria in mice. And guess what happened? The mice started showing memory problems. But when they restored their microbiome with probiotics, their memory improved again. And humans aren't that different. People with Alzheimer's disease, for example, often show very distinct gut microbiome changes. Some scientists are even exploring whether improving gut health could slow down cognitive decline. Imagine that, a yogurt or a supplement helping preserve memory. We can think of that in regards to our own life. Ever noticed how when you're eating junk for weeks, you feel foggy, forgetful, like you can't think straight? That's your gut brain axis messing with your memory. Now, let's talk about creativity. This one really surprised me. Creativity is tied to flexible thinking and dopamine pathways in the brain. And what influences dopamine? Yes, your gut. A diverse microbiome, meaning lots of different species of bacteria living happily in your gut, has been linked to more resilience, more curiosity, and even more creative problem solving. It's like this: the richer your gut community, the richer your ability to think outside the box. I read about artists and writers who started paying attention to their diet and they noticed shifts in their flow state, their ability to connect ideas. Could it be coincidence? Maybe. But then you see the research pointing in the same direction, and then it's hard to ignore. And here's the one that gave me goosebumps: the gut and decision making. Ever heard the phrase, trust your gut? Turns out it's scientifically accurate. The gut sends signals to the brain that influence risk taking, confidence, and intuition. There was a study in scientific reports where they found that people with certain gut microbiome profiles actually make decisions differently. They were more confident in their choices. It wasn't about intelligence, it was about gut bacteria influencing neurotransmitters that fed into decision making pathways. So, when you get that gut feeling about someone or something, it might literally be your microbiome whispering to your brain, hey, this does not feel safe. Or, yes, this is the right move. And we can't forget this one thing: 70% of your immune system is in your gut. That means if your gut is inflamed, your brain is inflamed. Chronic gut inflammation has been linked not just to depression, but also to conditions like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Harvard researchers even suggest that chronic gut inflammation can accelerate brain aging. So, when you're taking care of your gut, you're not just avoiding bloating or indigestion, you're literally protecting your brain's future. But here's the thing, and this blows my mind: we almost never talk about gut health when we talk about mental health. We go straight to brain, like therapy, medication, self help, all good things. But the gut? It's completely ignored. It's like trying to fix the software of your computer while the hardware is overheating. No matter how much you update the software, it's not going to run smoothly unless you fix the hardware. That's exactly how the gut brain relationship works. So, if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, this is amazing, but what do I actually do? Let me keep it simple. Firstly, feed the gut, feed your brain. Eat more fiber, more plants, more fermented foods. You're not just feeding yourself, you're feeding an entire ecosystem inside you. That's your gut microbiomes. Secondly, move your body. Exercise diversifies your gut bacteria, which really improves your resilience to stress. Thirdly, sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. Your microbiome has its own rhythm, and if you mess with your sleep, you mess with it. And lastly, chill out. Stress isn't just in your head, it's in your gut. Meditation, journaling, breathing, whatever works for you. Just calm yourself down. So the next time you get butterflies in your stomach, or you feel that heavy knot of anxiety, or even that intuitive gut feeling, remember, this isn't just in your imagination, This is your second brain talking to your first brain. And when we nurture this relationship, when we actually care for our gut, we don't just fix digestion, we transform memory, mood, creativity, decision making, basically the very way we experience life. So trust your gut in the truest, most scientific sense of the phrase. This is it for today. I'll see you all next week with some great topics covered. Until then, take care and I love you.